Welcome back to the StarLadder closed qualifier for the RMR event for the CIS region. Lots to remember in the title of this tournament, Hawker, but I seem to have not messed it up yet, so I'll keep that going as long as I can. But we're hopping right into our second map of this best of three. We're looking for our next team to move through to the main event, and it is between two teams from Kazakhstan. First of all, you've got K23, and you've got the Kazakhstan players, the veterans, Dren and Mo, and some of the up-and-coming players in the CIS region in Norbert, but they haven't really performed over on Dust 2. They got blown out of the water, and it was all the Smiley show coming in for the 100PingGods. They take Dust 2 very convincingly, and just on an individual level, they looked to outclass their opponents of K23.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think on the K23 side of things, heading into Overpass, I'm expecting it to be a map that suits them. I've said it before.
Yeah.
I think they have got a couple of really cerebral players, which I think Overpass is the map that's most suited to. So I expect guys like a Dren to be able to take good positions. Neelan's somewhat similar. I do think 100PingGods showed us some really cool things there, though, themselves. There was that pistol round, for example, where the bait and switcher card didn't work out, but they showed us they've got some trick plays of their own, and I think that could suit them quite well going into Overpass. So yeah, I guess we've just got to hope that K23 actually show up here, because otherwise, man, this could be a very disappointing result for them if they don't show up on their pick.
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, I'm predicting a better performance here from them, obviously. It can't really get worse than what happened over on Dust 2, so coming into Overpass, I did feel like yesterday they looked a little rough, though. I feel a little rough around the edges. I was expecting a little bit more out of a map they go towards a lot, so it really heavily relied upon a lot of those individual moments in from Norbert up towards that A side, and a lot of it, the moments come down to these individual players. At least that's what we've seen yesterday, and to be honest, if it's down to those individual plays, right now they're looking a little worse off than 100PingGods on the individual front. So yeah, I just hope that right now they got the protocols in place. I hope that it comes down to how they practice the map more so than just relying on the individuals, because that is not going to work out right now based on how the 100PingGods are performing. So yeah, I'm just really hoping we come into this Overpass and we see a much better showing out of K23, and it has to be a good start from them, I think. You know, a very good start with a pistol win and following up off the back of that, converting it into a gun round win. I feel like that's the best path to get the best out of K23, because you did see their mental aspect of the game was just crumbling throughout this first map. So if you can get yourself into a better mindset for the rest of this, Alex, getting a good start can certainly help that.
That's what they will be hoping for after such a slow start on Dust 2. They've got a chance to kick things off with a bang here on Overpass. We're getting into it. K23 will be starting on that T side, as it is their map pick. They've got themselves one set of nades onto Norbert, and they've taken a bit of early damage. I think that was a dink that landed long range onto Mo, chunking him down to 4 health.
That's a lot of damage. Let's see if they can get any more here. Iceman and Sorrow might just... They could end the round, basically, if they hit their shots right here. Work out perfectly for this setup. Up the explosion out the doorway. They don't hit any shots. In fact, it's Fame hitting both. The Glock just cracking open skulls, and now with a minute left, it's a play into the B side coming in from K23, who are up 2 players. Winter and Jukes Fasura have to be the player that really deliver on the hold here. They haven't been able to find anything just yet, but finally Jukes Fasura taking one. The Dren's out of play. Smiley, the player, the star from the last map, unable to get anything in the pistol round. And now it's just Winter and Jukes Fasura trying to pull off 2v4. Not really looking all that likely with Fame still on the server. He has had a fantastic pistol round, and that's pretty good from K23. They get that good start.
And Fame didn't really get into the game too much on Dust 2 because he was playing on that B site fairly frequently, which didn't see as much action. But here you're starting on that T side, you get the ability to take fights early, and those were some really snappy shots to begin with. Once he gets the USP, he can hold some longer range angles, taps down one more man, and gets K23 off to a much better start here on Overpass. Let's see if they can hold it, though, up against the force button.
Iceman just killed his own teammate. So unfortunate in the confusion. It is going to be cannibalism. In round 2, but the bomb will get planted here for K23. 100PingGods, you've got something of value here to save over, so it has to be the save call. Just a nice quick B take from K23.
Not much more to it than that. Nice fast play from K23. Sometimes risky when you are going up against those Deags. If there was a Deagle swinging towards Monster, the body shots could have definitely been dangerous if those players started to line up. But they're the ones that had the flashes at the ready to make sure that the CTs didn't have the option to do that. And the utility protocols and the players already performing a good bit better for K23 here on Overpass. So positive signs early, Dinko. Exactly what we were hoping for. 100PingGods still need one more save before they can get their first gun round on the board.
With 100PingGods. Let's see if they can get anything out of the weapons they saved. If you get a couple of shots off from Smiley's scout, you could certainly open up an opportunity for a couple of these pistols, land some body shots, and become lethal. And they're going to try some gimmicky stuff. 100PingGods have been prepping here. This is a nice boost out towards long, pierce down into the spawn area. I like this, Alex. This is something new that we haven't seen pulled out in the qualifier yet.
B site wide open for K23 though. Should be a pretty easy round for them at this point. It's a nice round to try that boost when you know you have very little else to work with. Maybe you can get an early pick. It does leave you pretty far away from the rest of the map though, which is part of the problem of committing those 3 players onto the long boost, but you had to take a risk in this round. Fortunately, that risk not paying off this time.
Mo's gone in as well. Good shot on the Mach 10. The bomb will blast off. Get a little bit of damage, a couple of rebuys forced over for K23, but for the most part, pretty standard start here coming out from K23 side. And this is what I was saying, right? You get the first couple of rounds over the board. If you can convert this first gun round, you're off to a very good path, and you almost just completely forget about Dust 2. So, very, very good start. And that's much better from Norbert. He's bopping out. He's enjoying himself.
Having a good time with this good start that they've had, but Smiley's got an AWP in his hands, and we know how dangerous he can be with this weapon from the first map. Let's see what his AWP looks like on Overpass. Currently seeing if he can spot any jumping players early. Sometimes you will see players jump peek that position for information, but no dice for Smiley this time. He has to fall back. Elsewhere, Gren's taken a bit of early damage, but that smoke is going to make life even more difficult for Smiley, who's forced to reposition yet again.
Well, they're going to go for the boost here again, this time into the B site. To peel over the top is Fib, who has had a pretty decent start. Unlike Iceman, -1 now up to 0 kills with his opening. The team kill he had a little bit earlier on. Oh, Norbert, that is beautiful. Nice transfire, taking both players down. Opens up the B site completely, and a nice little double in from Winter that's just changed things completely. And Adrenaline has arrived to the party. And it's back and forth we go, 2v2, 35 seconds left. The bomb down on the B site. They could have fallen back up to A, but now that they've got the bomb, they know that K23 have to come to them.
Oh, hoping someone peeks into him, which may happen, but the time is the bigger issue here. He's got to go for it, and the first shot is good. Smiley peeks round from the side. One more man against him. 10 seconds on the clock. Smiley tucks into the water, trying to play the clock, but a Dren comes in with a quick headshot, not giving Smiley time to respond. K23 clutch it out in a difficult 2v2.
That was really difficult to pull off, in fact, because obviously you've got the issue of trying to recover the bomb, and also just the fact that 100PingGods had everything covered. They were in the site, they had set up, they had dug the trenches, and you've got to go into their domain, and they do that very well. They recover it the whole rounds very quickly, and Honestly, that's very impressive from K23. Good start to this game so far, and I think they will start to forget about Dust 2 now. I think this is a completely different map, completely different game. It's just opened up.
Certainly looks like it. Flash into mid as Smiley falls back. You can make that jump by yourself, but it's not easy. And we see Winter messing it up. So now that he's made some noise, he wants to get out of that. A long wide open for the time being. K23 have a couple of players clearing this out. 100PingGods may start to back off to the bomb site though, so they should have some players somewhat close by, but with just the pistols, how much can they really do here on the whole? That's the question.
Utility diving into the A site. Winter taking one deagle shot through the smoke, kneeling down. I mean, not really expecting much, but suddenly there is a real chance to win the round here. Winter's got another one. 3 kills in the deagle. Smiley as well. That's out of nowhere, Alex, but the pistols just deliver around for 100PingGods.
All right. I mean, I was saying, yeah, okay, there are some pistols on the site, but how much can they really do? Answer is they can do a whole lot. Winter lining up those 2 players. Oh man, that is a pretty tough round for K23 to take, because not only do you lose a round that you would have expected to win almost every time, but you also put yourself in a position now where the pressure's on into this gun round, because if K23 lose it, their money is long gone. So pressure on K23 here. Let's see if they can make up for that missed round prior.
K23 start to gather mainly towards this B bomb site. Let's take a look at the hold over here. It's a decent setup with Iceman playing on top of the site itself. Once smoke start to come into that position, once an execute begins, it does become a little more difficult to make that position work, but he has got the barrels player to back him up. Out. Setup. Smoke goes out. Vim spots the player at the barrels, but it's Iceman we're keeping an eye on right now. No smoke off and was put pressure onto him, and he's got the lineup because of it. No pressure. And Iceman, he can even deal with pressure. Ice in his veins, of course. With 15 seconds left, he's got 2 kills, and that's enough to scare off K23. It's another round here for 100PingGods.
Slow pace from K23 in this round. And that is fine on Overpass. That's normally okay, but they never really sold much of a fake on either side of the map. They went silent for a long time. Then with little time left, they start to try and work out onto B. And 100PingGods were very well prepared on either side of the map, especially on that B site specifically, where they get those 2 early kills. They can shut it down quite comfortably in the end. I think K23 have got to be a little more active on the map, and here comes this boost we were seeing earlier the other day. You've got to hope someone's jumping here, but sadly for 100PingGods, no one visible this time.
Mid-control taken. The party area occupied. I wonder if they're getting goodie bags, Alex. Used to always be the best part of primary school birthday parties, is the little goodie bag you got at the end, man.
Of course.
Just to make it all worthwhile. Smiley now going into the bathrooms. He's been fantastic so far in this series. He's yet to light up On Overpass, this could be the spark that ignites the Inferno. He's found himself kneeling, drops back to the site. Moa's got that information, but unable to get anything out of it. And oh, so close to the shot landing, but Smiley now realizes it is a dangerous game jumping up.
Low time again here. They run down the clock and they're going to run in towards A. Adren, this time getting the kill with the Deagle up close, and with Norbert finding one of his own, the slow-paced play paying off this time round. K23 find themselves access to this A-bomb site. Close to the denial from Smiley, but the bomb will be planted. That puts the CTs in a tough retake attempt.
Nice little tapping headshot, a second in as well. And he wants a third kill if possible. Going for a 4K, Norbert secures it. How many 4Ks do we see from Norbert on Overpass? I think it's been a 4 or 5 4Ks over the past 2 days on this one map. That's been impressive from Norbert. Definitely the best player on this team, individually speaking. If he can have that kind of performance. Like I said, coming into this, Norbert is the Overpass specialist for the team. He will be the player that makes the difference.
Looking good for him after that round. Even if up until that point he hadn't had the same sort of impact we were hoping for. All it takes is 1 or 2 of those, and you can have a big influence on the half. Oh, waiting at mid, but it's his opposite AWPer in Smiley who's able to open up the proceedings here in round number 8. Nice shot into mid. Nice kill from Winter. Getting some good timing. Flash came in from Iceman because that connected door was wide open. I don't think he could see the flash either with that smoke being up. So that's really cool to see that 100PingGods have got some tricks up their sleeve here on Overpass. And now they've got a 5v3 advantage because of that.
Oh. Winter and Norbert trading back and back, and while Fame and Norbert now have to do a lot of work to pull this round all the way back for K23. Duke Vasura, it's all about just getting further back into the site, staying alive, covering off the connector area, realizing some of the positions they could be coming from, but it's going to be the monster play for K23. With 40 seconds left, they look to emerge the tunnel and come out into the B site. Sora will be the player tested. He will be the first player there, and Iceman beside him, ready to peek down, and it's a lineup for Iceman. 2 kills secured and a third on the board. It's a pretty sad playground.
100PingGods just turning the lights off in that round, not giving K23 any way in. This was a really cool play for Winter. Then he sits back, goes back towards short. Annoying angle to deal with, especially when you've got an AK, you can find a nice headshot. Dren looking a little stressed now because he knows K23's money is in trouble. The economy coming back in favor of 100PingGods after some successful rounds for them. K23 have pistols and at least some utility to work with. Maybe they can try and close the distance with some smokes, with some flashes. Oftentimes, I think in these sorts of rounds, 100PingGods are giving them a fair bit of space. And you can see that in this very round, where over on A, Duke Vasura is playing fairly far back and even leaving bathrooms wide open. So in theory, if K23 pick the right timing here, they could get themselves into a pretty good position.
.45 seconds left. K23 utility starts to arrive into the A site. Once close to the truck, he looks out to the left side. Norbert found and kill for Fame back in on his pistol, but the rest of the squad is tumbling. They're looking for a bomb plant, and if they get the bomb plant, a lot more money secured. That's the goal of the round already picked up, and maybe they could even find a little bit more from the round. Now you've got this M4 in hand, and a missed opportunity that for the kill onto Fame is giving him a little bit of a heads up about where his opponents are trying to fight him from. So he can position, get closer. Neil is getting tagged up, so it really is Fame, the player that could do damage, but he misses the chance to find Sora, who comes in for the double kill. swoops up the round at 5-4 on the board. 100PingGods are putting up a good fight now. I was a little bit worried at the start of Overpass, but now that we're kind of getting into the rhythm of things, I'm a little less worried for them. They seem to be playing much better indeed, Hawka.
Seems like it, as this game has gone on. It's got more and more competitive here, and K23, not liking that the game is getting more competitive, decide they want to take a timeout. Dren's got some real headphone hair going on there. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, I like it. Adran's got some style though, man. He has got some style. You ever had your hair dyed, Alex?
No.
No, didn't think so. Me either. I had it temporarily dyed for like a charity day one time, but that was about it. I'm not ruining my beautiful hair. If I put in a dye into that, it's just gonna kill it, isn't it? So it's gonna keep it. I kind of like my hair color, so all good. But that bleach hair looks pretty cool. So let's get into it. Right back into the action. Round number 10. Wolves on both sides. Smiley versus Mo. It's been a one-sided battle, at least from map 1, but Mo should have a bit more say in the matter here on Overpass.
You would expect him to be able to. Molly over the top. Smiley's positioning on Dust 2 was really good. It got him a lot of his kills. Here on Overpass, the utility is something he's having to deal with, but he's still staying in and around those bathrooms. In the meantime, K23 have found a lot of success on long. They've been giving a lot of love over to A long, which then forces 100PingGods to react. If they start to hear some nades or some noise, they oftentimes have to go back to the site itself. That smoke even taking away further information from the CTs.
Smiley. Oh, that's a nice little gap he's got there. He might just find something, but hanging around like this as the smoke starts to fade away as an AWPer is too scattered. So the angle is good, but good utility. Unfortunately fading away, and that Molotov's going to force him back all the way to the site. So once an AWPer who held a very advanced position now holds a very passive angle inside of the site. Look for a pick, but they double peeked him. Luckily, he's quick enough to get one. He has backup as well, so they get him out of there, get him in behind the truck, and now the setup is looking good to end the round on this A site. He's got to have some big performances out of Adren here. He manages one, but not enough, and Norbert, he manages 5-5 as we tie up the scoreline. Have to say, 100PingGods, the CT side is really warmed up. Every single move, every single part of their CT setup has support, right? There's no one really out there on their own. And winter has come, Alex.
Certainly has. It's been a pretty good showing here after that really dominant Dust 2 performance. They're still competing on Overpass. Not just competing, arguably taking over the game right now. Winter putting some fire down before realizing he hates fire and extinguishing it instantly. Nade to the right side is going to do good damage. They're going to try and pop through this smoke, but Winter's just got the reload off in time. That will allow him the first and the second kill. Looking for more, but the spray not successful. Thankfully, Iceman is there to help his cold brother out, and Adren is not near enough to the action to do too much about it.
He's going to go back with the deagle, and even spotted before he can react. 6-5 is now 100PingGods are in the lead here in the series, and anybody who is just tuning in and wondering what you are watching, we're watching the StarLadder RMR CIS tournament. This is the qualifier, the closed qualifier, should I say, to get into the main event. And this match, this best of 3, decides which team will be moving on to the main event to play with the best teams in the world. And Na'Vi, Gambit, Virtus Pro, all over there in the main event, looking to qualify for the major, the CSGO World Championship. So a lot on the line here for each team. 100PingGods, who are the underdogs in this series, performing very well indeed. Knocked out the opening.
Molly will flush him out of that corner. Down to 27 health is Norbert. Oh, the nade not landing on him. Landed a bit below. They're really desperately searching for this kill. 7 extra damage. Norbert getting tickled through the wall, but he will be able to get away with his early frag. Again, providing a lot of the effective play so far for K23. Here comes some aggression, though, and they've got nades out right now.
Oh, Fame, good double. Iceman and Sorrow down. And Smiley and Winter. I'm going to try and push forward. Smiley's found a Drent. Winter now just sits around the B site. A couple of T players now coming through Monster. They're going to be playing further and further up the ramp itself. They got out. They don't even know that the T's are in just yet. Smiley's probably going to be the player that gets that information. The telegram passed on, but he's not even seen it. And he's going to go up to A. They're going to go to the wrong site. Oh, this is horrible, but luckily, smoke used up. That should signal, come back, Smiley, come back. Come back down to the B side. This is what the party's at. It's going to be a retake. Norbert and Fame low in HP. Couple of bullets from the AK of Winter is going to be enough, and Norbert now pinned in the barrels. They haven't spotted him in the fire, keeping him alive. He's just trigger disciplining this. You can find both players, they have no idea, and finally Winter spots him. Oh, you've got to feel for Norbert there. He had a real chance, but Winter comes around the corner, spots him out quicker, and Norbert's trigger discipline comes back to bite him.
It's so frustrating for him. He's sitting there waiting for the second player to peek him because he thinks, no one will look at barrels when I haven't pulled the trigger on this player in water, but that's exactly what happens. These were the early kills from Fame that were important to allow them to get into that position in the first place. He had to trade his teammates, though, who were throwing the nades, so it ended up being a 2 for 2. It ended up being a scenario that 100PingGods got themselves into a reasonable position in. Still wasn't great, but they're able to clutch it out, and everything going really well for 100PingGods in these recent rounds. This time, though, the aggression absolutely denied. Neelan and Fame both landing headshots, and surely this is K23's time to put a stop to that losing streak.
Smiley. It's on the edge of the smoke, spotted a leg. Oh, and that's a good kill to find. Adrena's down. That could be the first step back into a round win here, Alex. They could still be up for a contest in this round. And Smiley, he's the player, if any on the server, you would expect to be able to pull these rounds back and get you into these winnable situations. There is a chance, but unfortunately for him, cannot win out the duel against Mo.
They've rotated both players up to A, though. That could work out, but K23 are remaining undecided. They've got a player lurking towards B. They may bring that bomb back. They're actually going forwards. Winter out in the open. Not an expected position. Does the bomb have enough time to go back to B? 30 seconds should be long enough. It is going to be a long rotate around. In the meantime, Fame is still lurking out onto A, so it's a 1v1 fight that goes the way of 100PingGods. And maybe now they'll start to figure out that that bomb has gone all the way back around to B. With little time left on the clock, they will get the bomb down, but the rotate arriving.
Oh, a good kill from Mo. Sorrow down, and now just Winter. The last remaining player arriving over to the B side. He's already been heavily tagged up. He's had a fantastic start here, 17 and 6 in round 13, but I think 3 players in a retake of the B side with limited time left on the clock is a little too far beyond even Winter's skill set right now. So just maybe sitting on the extremities of the site, and we'll find a headshot, but not his. It'll be his head domed, rolling across the floor. 7-6 as the win streak is put to an end, and K23 are back on the board with a win of their own. And they will have the AKs down finally. Full buys across the board continue. And this was the shot that I think won the round, or the missed shot that won the round for K23. If Smiley had got that shot onto Mo, I think there's a real chance to win the round. And I think 100PingGods likely turn it around. So very good job there from Mo. Very important kill to find.
Good work from K23 to break that 5-loss streak, and they may go one better. Adren on the mid-peak, Fame with the flashes, but Iceman's in enemy lines. Behind them, he gets 2 of his own. It's still K23 who win the opening exchange, but 100PingGods can't count themselves out of this round just yet. Winter's still alive. He's looking to make a play through Connector. Or he might try and get this flank going, but I don't know if he'll be able to catch them. Either way, Sorrow is on the right site, ready to try and lock it down.
Oh, line up of 2 players. Sorrow getting 2, that's important. Now down to the 1v1. It's put it in a winnable situation here for Winter. Probably the 2 best performing players in the server right now in terms of riflers. Winter versus Norbert. Norbert's gone in towards short. He's gonna wrap her on the backside.
Must have heard him.
Yeah, has to over this point. I hope Norbert is 100% committed to this play. They're going to trade out positions. Winter's not going to be ready for this. He hasn't got a bloody clue that Norbert's in monster somehow. This is the last angle he'll be checking. He's going to go back, and Norbert. Oh, Norbert. He's nearly got the kill, but the time is now ticking. And he knows if he hides away, he can draw the clock down. He re-peeks, gets the headshot, and 7 apiece. They're tied up.
So that initial flash, really well timed by Fame to allow Adren to go in. Iceman tried his best, sweeping up some kills from behind. And then this double from Sorrow could have been the difference maker. They pull out the nades as he gets mollied out of the barrels. Basically set up the perfect timing on him for the peak. But unfortunately, they didn't realize that Norbert would be able to hear that one step in the 1v1, which allowed him to play it to perfection. 7-7 heading into the last round of the half. One more round to decide who will have the slight lead heading into the second half of things. All by for both sides. Smiley's been playing around these bathrooms in the majority of the rounds, so K23 should be ready for him. Chukfasura playing close with the MP9 though. This is a slightly less common angle to be playing.
Whoa, that is so clean and snappy to the head. And you got a second one?
What?
How does he get away with that, Alex? That is stupid. No way.
Fame must have missed some shots there, and
No
Chukfasura wants even more. Mo finally clears him out, but there's another man connector. Winter. Oh, I thought he had the timing right, but Norbert comes out and wins the fight, bringing it back to a 3v3. K23 still with a bit of time remaining. They'll start to close the distance towards the bathrooms and this A site.
Smiley has been so passive in his playstyle so far in Overpass. He's been chilling back in the A site, and because of that, hasn't really been able to deliver the same kind of impact. Maybe this is the point where he can have the big round. It's just his positioning that hasn't really got him involved as much. Not so much that he's dropped off. Every time he's getting an opportunity, he is landing at least one shot. So we'll see if he can get more than that. Mo has come the party, and Iceman is going to go unchecked. Mo just walks out with the bomb. A nice gift on over there. Norbert has pushed forward. He's caught between multiple players. Norbert again, nearly getting the transfer, but unfortunately cannot bring down Sorrow. That could have been incredible. Norbert on those transfers is just beautiful to watch, Alex. He's had so many of those little moments, but it's not even enough really to get them in a good position. There's so many underperformers on the team right now, unfortunately. Norbert's trying his best, but he just kind of needs at least one more player to step up there with him.
Yeah, you just see how valuable the information that Sorrow got for 100PingGods was there too in the 3 versus 3, because it allowed them to get that stack onto the A site. Sorrow pushed all the way through B. He called that B was clear, told his teammates to stack A. That allowed the bait and switch, and he was even able to get the final kill as he flanked through B onto A. So that's why he was able to get that kill onto Norbert to make sure he didn't get the chance for the hero play. Aggression early, back and forth we go into a 4v4, but Fame's still standing strong, low on health. He's delivering kills. Triple kill for him on the long hold. They've got to be somewhat scared of the flank. Smoke and flash through. In comes Winter, trying to pounce at the right time, but it's an awkward angle for the Glock to deal with, and the CTs are rotating fully, but the bomb has been snuck away by Sorrow. Maybe he's got a chance to sneak away with a plant. Still unlikely though.
Sorrow. Oh. He's going to spot one. That's a good tap onto the head of Mo, but they know where he is now. So that does limit his chances moving forward in the round. Especially with this player in behind him. He's up on the playground, not ready for the angle of Adren. And the dome lands. It's going to be 8-8. Tied up again. Pistol win for K23. Again, if they want both pistols now, Alex, only 88 on the board.
Yeah, that is slightly scary. See if 100PingGods can try and cause an upset here in the second round, because they have gone for the investment. Scout given over to Smiley. Some thieves in the pockets of the rest of the players. Aggression in mid. So many players on this A side of the map. K23 want to take away A entirely. Maybe thinking better of that, but they've got Norbert all the way pushed up.
Norbert. Oh. Should be nice and easy, but there's too many players and he doesn't really get the best opportunity to take down True there. He kind of left at awkward times and he started rattling his gun off, maybe just slightly too early, and then gets peeked on from behind. So Norbert really would have liked a little more output, but luckily it is still 3v3. The worrying thing is, in this kind of round though, if you're K23, you can't really afford to give away these rounds. Especially because you've won both pistols. This is your map pick. You're a map down in the series. Can't really afford to give away anything. You can't let 100PingGods get into this mentally. Just have to feel confident again out of their Dust 2 showing. 30 seconds left. 100PingGods now walking into the B site. Only one player here in defense. Fame has arrived over as well, and he's got the M4. That's the bigger difference right now. Oh, what?
Oh, wow. With the FAMAS of all things.
Yep.
Sorrow peeks in for the headshot, but Neelan's waiting in the wings. Nice kill on the first, trying to find the second. Not able to do so, and he's the only man remaining. Sorrow just hit another headshot with the FAMAS. He's on for the ace right now. Neelan's trying to see if he can play with the sound, play with these angles, running around in the water, more damage done, but he just can't find the kill. He can't find the finishing blow. Still searching for it. They're so low on health, but the time is against him, and Sorrow picks up the ace. 100PingGods with an absolute steal of a round, all thanks to Sorrow.
When have you ever seen a headshot like that from FAMAS, Alex? He just goes around the corner and pings the Heaven player immediately. He had an M4 up there. Fame was waiting for that peek around the corner, and he didn't even have time to react. This is the start of the 5K. He just absolutely destroys everybody. In with a headshot. Nice little tap up in towards Heaven, and just continues to do it again. He does it twice. What a nuts player. Well done, Sorrow. That's a good round to have.
That could be such a swing in momentum in this game. If 100PingGods now turn this into a couple of round wins, into a lead, it leaves K23 in a really uncomfortable position on their map pick. They've got to make sure they don't let this one slip, though. We've just seen how scary these rounds can be. I like that Sorrow's playing it safe in connector. As soon as he realizes there are a couple of players close by. Long control looks to be the initial target for 100PingGods, and it's one that they will take without any contest.
Yeah, no one here even spotting the information. Finally, Mo is going to get that info as he jumps up from the APC. 45 seconds left is now the place to lead the A-bomb side. P250 gets the first. Mo nearly getting the double kill out of the P250. Certainly overperforming from this position. Utility being dumped onto the A site, but nothing found yet. Absolutely nothing. They're not even near the site. And Fame is starting his flank around long as well. Maybe he should probably just go into the bathrooms at this point, allow some assistance into the site itself, but there's no bomb plant, and there's only 20 seconds left. Utility down, Mo in a position as well. This is incredible, Alex. This is not around. This should be working out right now for K23, but it might just do. That's the bomb again. Down on the floor. It has to start getting planted right now. They have to get on the site. They have to get the plant in. And Adran is trying to delay, trying to pull them off. He's done that. He's got the kill. Bomb denied. Round one by K23. It's a nightmare round overall. And how the hell does that happen?
Oh, you see Adren there realizing the clock is his best friend as he backs away into Bank. Sorrow feels like he has to just force the fight to keep his teammates safe, but that means that Adren has a freebie, and it's nice to see Norbert getting excited after some earlier troubles for the K23 squad. We've got the force buy straight back from 100PingGods though. These teams are going at it, tit for tat, back and forth. Orb out for Smiley, who's had to go full glass cannon with it. He's invested almost all his dollars into that one gun. They have an AK as well, and they have a kill! Somehow, Winter, while blind, just spams away with that deagle and steals away the opener.
This is really becoming quite a wild game of Counter-Strike over the last couple of rounds, isn't it, Alex? It's had a lot. Round 19. Getting off to a bit of a shaky start as well here for K23. They've lost Fame. And now Norbert looks to be the player to pull that back. We've seen him have a lot of big rounds yesterday on that CT side. His teammates have taken water control. Taking this part of the map, Alex, allows you to get so much information. It also cuts off the rotation down into the B site, and Norbert has just pushed his way through middle. He could get a good spot here. He could get in behind them. Find the opportunity to find the bomb, and he's done that. Bomb's down. He turns back again, but unfortunately can't follow up. So once again, it is Nealon on the A side. Can he find anything from his FAMAS?
Ooh. Dren trying to play an off angle further back in the water. Nicely done onto the first player. Transfers for a second, and in comes Mo to help his teammate out. It's up to this AWP of Smiley in a 1v2. Trapped on the site. Push comes against him, but he's fast to react for the first, and he's going for the second. Misses his opportunity, but he's been given one more chance, and he hits the fast shot. That is so quick from Smiley, and there's a reason this man spends all his money on the AWP Dinko. It's because he can do that with it.
Incredible stuff from Smiley, yet again pulling off some highlight plays, some highlight moments in this series so far. He had the ace over on Dust 2. He was the top level performer on that map, and now coming into this, like I said in the CT side, quite a passive play style. And it allowed him to not really get involved in the first half. He didn't really have a lot of those moments, but when he gets an opportunity, that's what he can do. They're the kind of rounds he can pull off. And it's kind of ridiculous that we see that come out. 10-9. They're the moments, Hawker, that really make the difference, right?
Absolutely. And this game has just been getting down and dirty at this point. So it is going to come down to those moments. At least it feels like it is going to come down to moments like that right now. Who can have more of them? And I think 100PingGods are delighted about that, honestly. It almost feels like they're kind of baiting K23 into playing this way, where it's coming down to these hero plays. It's coming down to the individuals. And so far, 100PingGods have been hanging individually. They've probably even been better individually.
Yeah, I think they're trying to pull them into that economy game fight, right? And when you're on the CT side, it's a dangerous game to play when you're going to the economy game. It's very easy to lose control of the economy and very difficult to get it back. An advantage in play thanks to the short aggression coming out of K23. Has actually been a little bit of a consistent trend as that short take in the mid-round. Just hasn't worked out for them this time. Maybe a bit of a tendency spotted. Sorrow. Ooh, had his opportunity in towards the A side, but now he's going to try and figure out where else. It might just be Bathurst here on Adren, but FAMAS has come in with one. Now the B play has begun. Good kill from Juk Fasura, who has found himself a kill, and that smoke up in the middle of the site will allow the safe bomb plant. And a good post-plant position set up from the rest of the T squad here as well. They've got quite a bit of control deep in the B site, also on the extremities in towards shorts. This retake is looking quite unlikely for K23. So just set up for a couple of exits, hope that someone gets a little bit over-aggressive. Well, like I said, you know, the economy game has begun, so you got to hold on to what you've got. And if they go in and lose these three weapons, which is incredibly likely, then obviously you would have absolutely nothing in the next round.
Man, what a game this has been. Overpass must be so stressful right now for both these teams. I think we're starting to breathe, but give me this second shot again. Look at how quick this is. My God.
So that's a slow-mo replay. That's incredible.
He knew he had to do it, right? Because he's 3 HP, so he's basically saying, okay, I just have to shoot first. I don't even care if I'm on him. I've just got to rely on my reactions, shoot first, and hope that my hand follows my brain. And it did. It definitely did.
I love Norbert as well, man. There's just every time we cut to his player cam, there's just some golden reaction happening on the screen. You can just really understand the emotions of the game by just watching Norbert's player cam at all times.
And you do want that. You want players who really do care in that way. You know, sometimes it can be difficult to manage mid-game, but I'd rather have that than a player who's just like, oh, well, I guess we just lose now. You know, he's riding the highs and the lows.
You gotta have someone that's actually invested. Those people that... We'll get right back to that. Good kill from Winter once again. Oh, so close to the 3K spam, but quite get it at that. Yeah, but just back to that point you brought up, Alex. You know, when you have people like that who are like, oh, well, all right, then just lose, right? Those people just, they are invested in it, but they're just, they don't have any self-esteem or self-confidence. They just know they're going to lose and they're scared of failure, so they pretend like they don't care. That's just those people. They're the most annoying teammates to have. Well, it's just a game, man. Why are you caring so much about a game? We've all had those, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a game you can't just call a game, though, because there is a lot on the line.
True.
And everyone knows it.
Yeah, quite a bit on the line. Of course, a qualification spot in the RMR event, which is just so happens to be a qualification spot for the World Championship.
For 100PingGods, they are going to have a good bit of money now off the back of this round win. As long as Iceman doesn't die to the bomb, which I assume he won't, he's getting out of there. 4 guns saved. Okay, yes, 3 of them are Galils, but you can keep those. Those are competent rifles. You can absolutely put those to use, and you're going to have a good amount of money in the bank. You're going to have a bit of a buffer built up, a chance to maybe lose a round and then bounce back. While K23, look, they've got a couple of FAMASs in there. Sure, you've got the Galil saved, but spending a lot of money on this buy, and they don't have everything they might want here. And at this point, they have to start winning rounds. 12-9 down. If they lose this one, it starts to look real dicey.
Sorrow starting to walk through connector. Mo is just setting up here with a FAMAS. And Winter and Sorrow about to come into the crosshair. He's got one for a second kill as well here, and he's got himself a double bomb down. And 2-man advantage to play here for K23. That's a much better start to the round. They desperately need something like this as well. A little sign of life, something to bite back at the start of a round. Too often are they just losing that opening play, but this time they get the multi-kill. Oh, it's looking done now. Great stuff from K23. Quick recovery. Pretty disjointed from 100PingGods in this one.
Yeah, not as ideal for them, but they've got to stay focused in this round because some damage would be ideal. Smiley's already delivered the initial frag. 35 seconds leaves them limited on options in terms of playing between the 2 bomb sites. They really have to make their minds up right now and just commit to whatever the call is. Lil against M4, Adren against a player whose back is turned, and Smiley realizes saving the AWP is not such a bad idea now. 15 seconds though, he wants to make sure they can't close the distance too much, so he'll get himself a second kill, doing a bit more damage. He's locked in, but he's got another one. K23 can't afford to lose this many players. I know they want the AWP, but they've lost 3 players. They could lose one more at the end. Finally, Smiley misses, so they will steal the AWP. That's going to help them out. The 100PingGods still have plenty of money to keep the pressure on.
And that's the key, right? That's the big point. The fact that it isn't done for either side. You're never in the clear. You're never out of the woods. You're always going to have to battle every single one of these rounds due to the economy still being available for both sides. So another crunch round here for both teams. Money is always on the line. 100PingGods are just looking to try and tip the scale again. If they do that, of course, we take a look at K23. CT side economy is very difficult to keep on track. Could very easily lose control of things. So walk up of T players into middle. Flash into the smoke and Norbert falling back into the divider itself. 100PingGods are going to start putting a little bit more pressure on the defensive play here. Norbert has done very well in these positions before. Time and again, can he do it here? Spots one, does damage, but not enough to get the kill. So trade is in, or trade possibility maybe here from Mo. He's going to try and run away back to the side. He does get the trade kill. He turns back somehow. He gets another opportunity right in front of him. It's Nealon on the M4 that's found Iceman. He's going to take Fame out of play once again. It's the B hit, but Adren with the headshot. They're running into the B site, but Adren is here. And facing Adren is never easy in this scenario.
That's the most valuable fight of the round so far. Whoever wins that gives their team a great chance of winning the round. Adren! Fast flick over. I thought it was a headshot for a second, but it's still an impressive kill. Impressive flick over to the left-hand side. And you see just the difference that one fight makes, because whoever wins that fight there on the B site doesn't have much support from their team, but they stop their opponents from completely taking over that open side of the map. B was just so open for the taking there that whoever wins that fight can completely control that area. That's what Adren does with that one kill. It gives his teammates time to get into position, and I think that first fight from Adren effectively won them the round. Definitely the most important kill in that round, that's for sure.
Yeah. Just getting back over. I thought Adren was going to go down. It's incredible he's able to get that. It was two incredible kills really across the board. It's the Adren initial kill, and obviously that Mo turn back into the long fight. That one, okay. Not bad at all, but 12-11. And it was a very important round to win for K23's economy. And overall, their chances here on Overpass have definitely elevated. 100PingGods, it's like Galil in the hands of Iceman. This is not a very good buy at all, so obviously not really looking at a likely round. Good nade deep from Norbert, aware that they're probably on weaker weapons, so nade damage can certainly become much more effective against the unarmored opponents, so worthwhile throwing a deeper nade into the spawn area. Norbert changing up his bathroom position quite often. Last round gets caught, not really doing too much damage, but again, it's the same scenario with that M4A1S. You know, he just gets caught by it again, just doing enough damage to bring him down to 1 HP. He's just very unlucky not to get that kill. And now 100PingGods, they've got the man advantage, and they're going to drop off. They're going to leave middle and go back into spawn.
Sorry, better give his deeg. There we go. Give that deeg to one of your teammates with a block. That's what you got to do. Got one more weapon to work with across the entire team. Fame must hear this. Ooh, does he hear this? We are seeing a small response from the CT, so I think they are going to rotate down towards B. Adren will spot them early. Flash doesn't blind him. Good kill onto the first man, but Smiley closes the distance. And Fame trying to make the most of the sandbags. He's gone huge on the hold. All 4 kills for Fame. I was expecting a couple, but I wasn't expecting him to kill the entire team.
Yeah, incredible stuff there from Fame, right? You need that kind of hold, iron hold sometimes, and especially against a round like that in general it shouldn't really have much potency behind it, but because they get the initial kill, it does seem a little bit worrying when you're charging in with numbers into the B site, so just manhandling them really. Fame brings them down, 12-12. You're now tied up again, but here comes the buy once more. The 100PingGods. This time, Iceman's just down in the deagle, so 3 AKs in an open play, and Norbert going for some aggression this time. He's tried this a few times on the defense. He's up here again in the bathroom, or in the playground area, looking to peer down into them. And he spotted one. That's going to be Iceman down, and Norbert taking the first kill off the round. Oh, he gets a second as well. Norbert's having a field day at the start of this one.
I wouldn't blame Winter for wanting to force some fights at this point when you are so heavily down. K23 unlikely to give those fights away too easily, though. Ollie into short. Winter will be slowed down slightly. Second smoke into Monster, so 100PingGods probably have to slow down slightly further. Pretty strong setup on this B site, though. You've got 3 separate angles to try and overcome, but that fight is the one that they were waiting for. Now they've got a pick and a chance to close the distance, a chance to move in. Problem is, as they get slowed down, the rotate's arriving, and Fame gets yet another spray transfer. This time only a 2K, but still lovely to look at.
Yeah, and K23 now into the lead. It feels like a very long time ago we were on Dust 2, because it is. I mean, this has been a much closer affair here on Overpass. And it feels like 100PingGods have kind of come into the end of what they were able to pull off on the T side. They managed to pull K23 into that game of the war of attrition, should I say, right? Where you're sort of putting the economy on the line every round, force buying. In that game, you will lose a lot of the utility you're meant to have, but once 100PingGods kind of end up losing that battle, K23 have just started taking control now. So the passing rounds as well. And the more they go for these purchases, the more K23 will be taking a stronger lead. It feels like the magic is somewhat run out here for 100PingGods at the moment. They're going to have to hope they somehow get back into things. But as it stands, currently looking like K23 are going to grab themselves a 14th round, lock that in. And we'll have to wait to the next round before 100PingGods can really consider doing much. Both down in water.
Nice shot from Mo. Milan here to help him with the rifle support. It actually lands on towards him, but Fame will come in and clean up any potential chaos that could have been caused. It's a nice kill from Sorry. E250, always good as a $300 investment, just paid for itself, but K23 up to 14, and 100PingGods have got to come through with some rounds now. 2 down. They've been really competitive here on Overpass. They've shown us that they can absolutely compete throughout this series. But can they show us that grit to get through when they're down by 2?
You really are a poet, Alex. Shakespearean stuff right there.
Maybe I'll start inventing my own words too.
Yeah, man, go for it. I mean, at this point, creativity, let it flow out of you, Alex. Just go for it. Norbert. He's down. And now Mo getting involved as well. Good kill on the Iceman, and water control will be contested by Winter, who's going out there. That's a very important part of the map to control. I think water control has generally been the area of the map when 100PingGods have controlled it. They've been much more comfortable and win a lot more rounds out of getting this control. So I'm glad they're going back to that take. And unfortunately, it is only Winter here, and he has on 30 HP. He's got his teammate in towards Connector that can help him out. In the meantime, I'll be happy with the map control they've got.
And getting up close towards Monster. Teammate joining him. They're going to try and make this play on the edge of the smoke. There is one man with nades out, but there are a couple more on the 100PingGods side who have their guns out. Adren with one, but Smiley eventually gets the AWP into his hands for the 2v2. And Duke Vasura is slowly creeping on up. This could be a huge play, but he misses his chance. Nilan wins the fight against him, and now Smiley has to clutch again.
Again, a man that you want to clutch, it's going to be Smiley, isn't it? So we'll see if he can get that round for them. We said it all comes down to moments like this, rounds like this, hero performances. That might... Never mind. That's the end of that one, Orca. It's a comedy slapstick superhero film. You do all the hero building, and then a little slap towards the end. But it looks like Overpass is a done deal, honestly. 100PingGods definitely have a chance to pull overtime, but it's... I'd say the most likely scenarios right now, we're heading to the third. Yeah, you see the AKs coming out, they seem to have run out of the magic. And even those clutches not really going their way. K23 have figured things out towards the end. Looking to send themselves to the third map, which I'm very excited about. It's going to be Incheon, Alex.
Yeah, that could be a very fun one. I gotta say, I think Duke Vasura there just got messed up with his movement slightly. It seemed like he walked into the sandbags, which threw his aim off, which was a real shame, because he was in a good position to get that kill in the 2v2 that could have made the difference. Instead, they go down 15-12, and Norbert's got K23 the early 5v4 in this one. 4 more kills required for K23 to take us to Ancient, and Neelan's already delivered the first of them.
Oh, a good boost up, but Adrena's found another kill. It's an absolute shutdown in this round. Everything is falling apart for the 100PingGods. K23 have gotten into things. And over the last couple of rounds have looked like a completely different side. It hasn't really even looked all that close for K23. The individuals really lighting up. Now closing out in style, Adrenaline Mo taking the final 2 kills. And there we go, Alex. We're going to get Ancient. We're going to get that third map finally. And we've been waiting days upon days, but finally Ancient will arrive. It's going to be a third map coming up between these two teams. Have to say, 100PingGods, they did a good job competing here on Overpass, even though we knew K23 should have been the team to take Overpass in the beginning of the series. I was kind of worried for them coming into this because of the performance out of Dust 2, but at least they step up. Some of the individuals had a great performance. Norbert, again, just very, very standout. I think a lot of them had their own moments. So yeah, I think much better from K23 here, Holker.
Yeah, I think so too. I liked some of those individual moments you were talking about where we saw what K23 can show us. Obviously, look, same could be said for 100PingGods. They had some really impressive rounds of their own, and honestly, I would kind of expect Ancient to come down to those sorts of moments again. You know, it's a map that is somewhat open to new things, but also quite open for fights to happen quite often.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing Ancient coming up. It's the first time we've been able to cast a professional match here, other than a show match, Alex, so I'm looking forward to getting into it. The third map of this series is coming up after the break. You don't want to miss it. We're heading to Ancient.